Hey everybody, what's going on? Power here's been going out a lot with the wind, and it's not the wind really just hasn't even kicked in yet, man. I want to show you. I know I did a video on it before. I did a video on storm lighting, but after all the things that I put in that video, if I get something wrong, I will always recant it. I'm not afraid to ever say I'm wrong. Phoenix E1, piece of crap. I had it sent to me all the way from China. I waited a month for this thing to show up. And when I finally needed it to work, it didn't work. And then I put new batteries in it and it still didn't work. And I cleaned the connections to the battery and inside of the flashlight, still didn't work. I can't bring myself to throw it away. I don't know why I can't bring myself to throw it away. I'm waiting for like some epiphany someday to figure out what went wrong. But that didn't work. All my crank LED lanterns, they all broke. They didn't work out very well at all, actually. My mag light, it's as big as a rolling pin. But of course, as soon as we have a storm and the power goes out, I can't find it. I have no idea where this thing is. I mean, it's that big, and I have no idea where it is. The Craftsman fisheye LED. I paid $15 for this at Sears, and it works really well. It's a good flashlight. The only thing I notice is you gotta crank it like a million times to get it to go on, and then you crank it a million times to get it to go off, and the top either falls off or it turns on and goes dead on you. So it's in the case and it turns on and goes dead. You see what I mean? You just push on it, it goes on. Or you can have it so it's real loose. It's just, what I ended up going back to, well, I never really drifted away from it, was a Dietz Air Pilot. I've had this for, I mean, I can't even tell you how long I've had this for. This is the perfect, kerosene lamps and oil lamps are like the perfect thing to keep in the house for, oh man, I hate using this word. I hate it. I think so many people on YouTube exploit it. WORL. Shit hits the fan when the doo-doo hit. Ugh. If I had $1 for every asshole who has something to say about that on their channel, you know what? The zombie apocalypse didn't happen. The pandemic didn't happen. But what about the Mayan calendar? It ends in 2012. I gotta be honest. I would put more stock in a decoder ring that came out of a Happy Meal than the Mayan calendar. What about Nostradamus? That dude was a downer. He was like Buzz Killington. I would never want to hang out with that dude. Wow, everybody's gonna die. The world's gonna blow up. Oh, seas of fire. That dude's a buzzkill. If you're gonna go out, I mean, there's nothing wrong with prepping for hardship, but if you're gonna go out and spend your life waiting for everything to end like the dinosaurs, you're gonna miss your life. If the whole world exploded tomorrow, first off, you wouldn't know it because you would be, incinerated, and you wouldn't care. And second of all, paranoia. The media feeds on paranoia. They want to jam it down your throat. Every time you turn the TV on, we're all gonna die. You turn the radio on, we're dying. The internet, I mean, it's ridiculous. All right, I've drifted way off the subject there. Dietz lantern is so easy to use. It's like a Zippo lighter in a sense where it's very easy to work on. You buy new bulbs. You could buy new glass for it. You can buy new wicks, just like a Zippo. It's just a fantastic thing. And it's the only thing I actually really depend on. This is a little tricky getting this in. You gotta have like super strong hands. Super strong, I tell you. Get up there, bastard. That's the only tricky part about it. But I've changed the wick. I've changed the bulb. I've changed the glass probably 3 times because I busted it. The only thing I have to be careful of is don't knock it over. It comes with a hook to hang it up. I wouldn't hang it up. Just like in all those old cowboy movies. It's always the kerosene lantern that falls into the ground and lights the barn on fire. Same concept. So basically all you do, this sucker will burn for like 30 something hours. You crank up the bottom, the base, you crank the wick up. It's a big flat wick. Light it up. This is low tech, Daddy-O. Real low tech. Okay. Lower the globe. Globe, that was the word I was looking for. Not globe. Crank it up a little bit. Now, you don't want the wick to come out of that bottom shroud. You'll find once it heats up a little bit, the shroud heats up, heats the interior of that little piece. It gets really nice and bright, and it throws off a lot of heat. When I lost my power in the house last year for that huge snowstorm, it was like 3.5 feet of snow. It was like the most snow I've ever seen here in one pop, and then it snowed the next day. I put a blanket up over I confined myself to one room, couldn't go anywhere, you know, and I confined myself to one room, put a blanket up, turned this on, and kept it on throughout the day and the night, and it kept the house actually warm. They have, some of the Dietz lanterns actually have pots on top of them to cook with in little pans because it gets that hot. I mean, it wasn't like a Jamaican wellness spa in the house or anything like that, but it kept it in the 60s, which is very livable. And to put it out, all you do is crank it down. You don't want to crank it all the way down so it goes into the oil or kerosene. I'm using paraffin in mine. Paraffin for me is better. It's so hard for me to get kerosene here, but once you put oil in here, you can't put kerosene in it. So it's either one or the other. If you're going to burn oil in it, you burn oil in it. If you're going to burn kerosene in it, you burn kerosene in it. You can't switch them out. Even if you change the wick, it'll screw it up. The only thing is with the paraffin, it'll discolor the top because it burns hotter than kerosene. So that is my Dietz Air Pilot number 8. Later, guys.